Happy Independence Day. It's a Ghost State holiday. Everybody must be sitting at home, and what am I doing? Hello and welcome to another episode of Gadgets and Gizmos. We are not doing anything special on Independence Day because we are trying to be cool and different. But I wonder at times what freedom means in today's time. Freedom from poverty, I have 4 meals in a day. Freedom from corruption, I just got my passport made. And freedom from violence, I drive in Delhi, man. Yes.
That's my turn.
Okay, take it. Well, sometimes you have to work on national holidays, but company says they'll give you 300 rupees of reimbursement, which is okay. 300 rupees?
यार ये फोन देखिए यार.
यार restarted यार.
अरे बहुत कम है.
I will just take a look at it. So this week we have the Oneplus 2 with us. Sahil is very excited about it. And why did I do this mobile repairing course?
It's the 68th Independence Day, and believe you me, you don't need to spend those many thousands if you want a top-of-the-line Android phone. It's Independence Day, come on! And we have the Oneplus 2. Freedom, that's what this is. It's a top-of-the-line smartphone, and it offers you specs of a top-of-the-line Galaxy. Forget the iPhone. Forget the Samsung Galaxy S6. Let's find out how good this is. So what do you expect in a really top-of-the-line smartphone? You want a great design, a really solid design, and you want an awesome-looking display. So what we have out here with the Oneplus 2 is this metal frame. It's really awesome, it feels solid. It's actually made out of magnesium, which is kind of unique. Got this sandpaper-like finish, which feels really genteel on your hands, and you can get other finishes also. This also has this really gorgeous 5.5-inch display. It's got a full HD resolution. You might say the Galaxy S6 has a 2K display, but if you can't see those pixels, then who cares? This is really awesome. It's bright, vivid, and it's just awesome again. Oh, by the way, we have Bumblebee behind us. He may transform into a Corvette. Well, that doesn't seem to be happening. We have a Qualcomm Snapdragon 810 processor out here on this phone. It's basically a top-of-the-line processor that's made by Qualcomm. It's comparable to the one that you find on the Galaxy S6. It's not the same, of course, but the performance is very similar. It gets a little warm, but it's a screamer. You also get 4 GB of RAM. I bet that's the same amount of RAM your PC has. Yes, you get that much now in phones. You also get features out here which would generally cost you a kidney. You get a fingerprint scanner. Only the Galaxy S6 and the iPhone 6, maybe the iPhone 5s have that. Take that. You get this really unique notifications slider, so you can just slide. It may give you all your priority notifications. It will only give you some notifications, give you no notifications if you just don't want to be disturbed. It's also the first smartphone actually to have the USB Type-C port. It's a new type of port. It's a reversible port like the lightning cable that you find on the iPhone. It's soon going to become a standard. Because it's so nascent right now, OnePlus had to eliminate fast charging. So this phone can actually take as long as 2 to 3 hours to fully charge. And over that, it's got a really massive battery. It's got a 3300 mAh battery, which will last you a day, but it will take a long time to charge. Plus, there's no NFC out here. Yes, that's a bummer. By the way, this phone is running Oxygen OS. That's basically a fork of Android Lollipop. It's very similar to basic stock unadulterated Android. I missed the fish. I missed my fish. You know, the camera out here is a really fishy affair. It's a paradox. You get a 13 megapixel sensor, you get laser autofocus. When the Galaxy S6 and the iPhone 6 don't have that. And yet, I missed the fish. It also has optical image stabilization. Even the iPhone doesn't have that. Still, I missed the fish. Still, if you can get the camera steady, you get your perfect shot, everything is in place, it'll take better photos than the iPhone 6. Not the Galaxy S6, but yes, iPhone 6, it'll take better photos. But the big problem out here is this horrendous camera app. It is absolutely horrendous. You don't know what's going on out here. I don't know. Seriously. So this has a 5 megapixel camera on the front. It's a very nice selfie camera. This phone can also take 4K video from the rear camera, but while you're taking 4K video, this phone gets really warm. Touch will take an eternity. See? Freedom! This phone frees me from my Galaxy S6, from my iPhone 6. It literally gives me almost everything that I would want in a phone. And I don't need to shell out a kidney. I have two. I can be healthy.
Yeah, it's done. You should charge it, you know. You work in the HR department, right? What about my last month's reimbursement? And last month's reimbursement? Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? Okay, so this week we have the Lenovo K3 Note. It's your big phablet with full HD display. Perfect for watching movies if you have free Wi-Fi. I have free Wi-Fi. I will download Angry Birds.
So this is what a 10,000 rupees smartphone looks like. It's about 5 inches, 5.5 inch is preferable. It has HD display, 2GB RAM, 64-bit processor, and it should be running on Android Lollipop.
This is a Lenovo K3 Note and it gives you the freedom to buy a phablet in under 10,000 rupees. So you have a 5.5 inch of HD display. In fact, you get a full HD display. It's one of the first one to offer you that in under 10,000 rupees. You have a 64-bit MediaTek processor along with 2GB RAM. So it's a sweet deal on the sheet, but I will still give you the whole report card.
Starting with the design, phone looks good because it's all white. But don't worry, you get a black one as well. So yes, nothing unique about the design. It's plain simple rectangular block with rounded edges. You get a good quality plastic back which is removable and houses the battery, dual SIM card slot and micro SD card slot. The display is the highlight as it's full HD. The screen looks bright and the colors look crisp and accurate. The viewing angles are good. And yeah, big screens are for watching videos and reading, and we have no complaints in that department as well.
Now 2 years back to get this kind of a performance, you would be paying more than 25,000 rupees, but now you just have to pay 10,000 bucks. The Lenovo K3 Note is no lazy boy. You have a 64-bit MediaTek MT6752 octa-core processor along with 2GB of RAM, which does a good job. Also, you have 16GB of internal storage that can be expanded via micro SD card.
The phone works smoothly, apps open quickly, you can open more apps and switch between them swiftly. No lags whatsoever. As far as gaming is concerned, with the ARM Mali 760 GPU you will not face much of a problem. Occasional lags are evident, but that shouldn't dampen the overall experience. Call quality is good. The sound quality is a pleasant surprise. It's loud and it's clear. The smartphone is running on Android Lollipop with Lenovo Vibe UI on top. There is no app drawer, but still a clean and neat interface. The big phone with full HD display would need a big battery, And here you get a 3000 mAh battery which does a good job. It will last for a good 13 to 14 hours, which is impressive. You get a 13 MP camera at the back. The camera on Lenovo uses an OmniVision sensor with f2.0 aperture as opposed to Sony sensor on the Eureka Plus. And at the front you get a 5 MP camera for clicking selfies. Image quality appears good on the display. However, a closer look and they seem a little washed out for sure. It's not that bad. The camera app is now much more improved.
Hello, party 8. Coming. Totally. See you, man. Independence Day party. Mom. Yeah, mom. Acha, no dinner. I'm going out. I'll be back by 8, yaar. Sorry, 10. It's dry day. I want to go, yeah. I'm 25 plus. Hello. Okay. You guys have all the freedom to buy whatever smartphone you feel like. Here is our pick for top 5 budgeted Android smartphone.
Budget smartphone segment is always buzzing. And here are the top 5 budget smartphones that you can buy today. The Lenovo K3 Note. Now you've just seen a review and the Lenovo K3 Note definitely is worth every penny. The big bright full HD display, decent looks, good processing power and a good camera. And to back it all you have a 3000 mAh battery which is quite impressive. Lenovo K3 Note is a complete package. Honor 4C. Now it's a little brother to Honor 4X. The phone is powered by a Kirin processor instead of Snapdragon 410. This one is a performer. You would buy this phone for its camera though, which is fantastic. The 13 MP camera clicks great pictures just like the 4X. The phone is priced at Rs 8,999. Eureka Plus gets a full HD display which was a necessity. Now the Eureka is a complete phone. The phone still rocks with its Snapdragon 615 processor. Camera is good and so is the battery life. You can buy this phone for 8,999. Xiaomi Redmi Note 4G. Chinese mobile phone makers Xiaomi launched the Redmi Note 4G after the success of Redmi Note. It is a good device with impressive features. Powered by Qualcomm Snapdragon 400 processor, the Note performs well. It has a good camera, good battery life, and yes, there's 4G, and it costs less than 8,000 rupees. Last but not the least, we have the Moto G 2nd Gen. Motorola launched this phone with 4G variant after the success of Moto E. The device may not boast of great features, but it has a good build quality, software and hardware integration. The classy looks are something gadget lovers will love. Also, with the launch of the new Moto G 3rd generation, the prices have been dropped to 9,999.
₹10 ₹10 नहीं है सॉरी.
Hello. Jolly, please.
No jolly. So this week we have a really cool and very powerful gaming laptop with us. It is from MSI and it's very So this week we have with us a really cool, really powerful gaming laptop from MSI. They are known for making them, and Rohit, in the name of reviewing it, was missing for many days. Now he's back with this review. And I will have my revenge.
This is the MSI GS series. The Ghost in an ultrabook clothing, if you will. It's a laptop that's designed for gaming. One read of the specs of this beast and you know this thing means business. This has 16 GB of RAM, a big 15-inch 1080p display, 1 TB of hard drive storage, an Intel i7 processor, NVIDIA GTX 870M GPU. Really, it's a machine that feels like a grunt on the front lines. yet it's surprisingly slim and sleek. It's a really light and really slim design. We're talking less than 20mm thin. The design is made from magnesium lithium alloy, and for the most part, MSI has managed to keep the look subtle from the outside. On first glance, it doesn't really look like the mean-spirited monster it is. The look is instead demure, with a modest brushed pattern adorning the lid. There were a few compromises made to achieve this thin a chassis. For one, it really isn't very upgrade friendly, so you'll most likely be stuck with the specs that come out of the box. Another thing that is slightly worrying is the lid itself, which is just 4mm thin. This means this feels really fragile in the hand and has a noticeable flex in the center. Not something you want when you're going to be paying upwards of $1 lakh for this machine. Speaking of the display, it handles everything well. It's a nice sharp panel with decent viewing angles and has good deep blacks which help deliver some really punchy colors. The brightness of the screen is impressive too. MSI has included a dyno audio setup for your audio needs. And while it lacks a clear punchy bass, it handles most of the upper and middle range frequencies well. MSI has included a SteelSeries keyboard which has fully programmable backlit LEDs, and these are a really nice touch. The keyboard itself is very well spaced out, and you won't find yourself tripping over your fingers on this keyboard. The trackpad, on the other hand, is a little bit of a hit and miss. It regularly misses inputs and is just not very friendly to use. Overall, it's just not a very good trackpad. But if you're really serious about gaming, you're not going to be using a trackpad anyway. Speaking of gaming, this has an NVIDIA GTX 870M GPU combined with an onboard Intel graphics solution. Performance-wise, the 870M is roughly equivalent to the GTX 760 on the desktop side of things, which means it handles almost any game really well. You should have no problems playing games anywhere between the medium to high settings, and it handles them flawlessly. One thing we did notice is the fact that it tends to heat up after a session, which is a bit worrying. Battery life on this thing is also disappointingly below average. Expect 3 to maybe 4 hours on a single charge, which brings us to this awful looking bulky charger, which you're going to be carrying around a lot. The Ghost is a really interesting machine. It has impressive specs, it has awesome performance, but is let down by poor battery life, lack of being upgrade friendly, a poor trackpad, and a bit of a thermal heating issue. But these minor annoyances aside, you're getting something that may well be worth the lakh you're going to spend on it.
Well, freedom means different things to different people. I wanted freedom from dandruff. Look what happened. So be careful what you wish for. Somebody's wish has come true. It's time for tech news.
As a new CEO of reorganized Google, India-born Sundar Pichai has joined an elite league of over a dozen Indian origin persons holding top posts at global corporations with collective turnover of about $400 billion. In a significant restructuring at Google, Pichai has been named the new CEO of the technology giant after the company co-founder Larry Page announced the formation of a new umbrella firm, Alphabet, of which Google will be a part. Page himself will be Alphabet's CEO. Pichai has joined the league of Indira Nooyi, Lakshmi Mittal, Ajay Banga, among many other Indian origin persons at the helm at large conglomerates headquartered abroad. Samsung this week announced the Galaxy Note 5 and the Galaxy Note S6 Edge Plus, two devices with 5.7-inch screen. The Galaxy Note 5 is a successor to the Galaxy Note 4, while the Edge Plus is a phone with curved screen, making it a slightly bigger S6 Edge. Of the two, only the Galaxy Note 5 comes with the S Pen. the stylish that Samsung bundles with its top-of-the-line Note devices. Both the Note 5 and the S6 Edge Plus have internal hardware that is similar to the one inside the earlier launched Galaxy S6 and the Galaxy S6 Edge. Both devices feature a 5.7-inch Super AMOLED screen with a resolution of 2560 by 1440 pixels. Both the devices come with 4GB RAM and are powered by Samsung's own Gizmos 7420 processor. This processor has 8 cores. 4 of these cores run at a speed of about 2.1 GHz, while the other 4 have a clock speed of 1.5 GHz. Given the large size of the devices, Samsung has managed to put bigger batteries in them. Both come with 3000 mAh battery. Sony has launched 3 new cameras, the RX104, RX10 and the Alpha 7R Mark II in India. All 3 cameras cater to different segments and offer good mix of features and performance. The Alpha 7R Mark II is meanwhile a full-frame mirrorless camera with world's first back-illuminated full-frame image sensor, which makes it special. The Alpha 7R Mark II can shoot 42.4 megapixels, making it one of the most high-resolution full-frame camera in the world. It also features high sensitivity and high-speed autofocus response, which Sony claims is up to 40% faster than the original Alpha 7R, thanks to 399 focal plane phase detection autofocus points. The Alpha 7R Mark II has a price of 2,39,990 and it competes against the likes of the Nikon D810 and the Canon 5D Mark III. The new RX104 maintains the compact pocket-sized design of the RX100 family and has a Zeiss Vario Sonar T4470mm f1.8 to f2.8 lens. Similarly, the new RX10 Mark II has the same body design as the original RX10. It features a Zeiss Vario Sonar T24 to 200mm f2.8 lens. And Windows can now automatically delete your pirated softwares and games. Windows 10 is the first version of Windows where Microsoft is pitching its marquee operating system as a service instead of a standalone software product. One of the biggest changes to Windows has also gone unnoticed by most. Spotted by PC Authority, Microsoft can change the end-user license agreement for the OS, which now allows Microsoft to remotely delete pirated software on your machine.
Alright, it's time to pack up and move on. We hope you enjoyed watching the episode. And my shift is over. Happy Independence Day. Whee!